Sheffield, a city in the county of South Yorkshire. That's right, folks. ARP finally made it to the north of England. Historically known for its role in the Industrial Revolution with the manufacturing of British steel, Sheffield is now a thriving metropolitan area, mainly full of students who attend the two massive universities. It's also said to be one of the greenest cities in the UK, with over 61% of the city being green space. Green. Home to musicians and bands such as Arctic Monkeys, Bring Me the Horizon, Rollo Tomassi, Def Leppard, Pulp, and the Long Blades. But what is it like for street music? That's right, folks! There's only one way to find these things out. And I'm excited because I haven't done one of these videos in a hot minute. Here's how I got on busking in Sheffield. Alright then, welcome now to Sheffield. That's right, ARP is finally in the north of England. It's exciting times for all. So if you've never watched one of these busking in videos before, it's a series where I go around cities, towns here in the UK and hopefully further afield soon, and I kind of review the place for busking. I go through all the guidelines, I check out different spots and sort of give you an overall how-to guide on busking in the place. So today is Sheffield. It's a Sunday, it's looking a little quiet, but it's still very early, so I'm hoping things will pick up a little bit. Got a good little plan for the spots I want to check out, but we'll see. The nature of busking means anything can happen. Expect the unexpected. Right, I'm going to hand you over to future me, who's going to go through the rules for busking in Sheffield. The rules for busking in Sheffield. They're not rules, they're guidelines. Just want to highlight that. I just called this section of the video rules for some reason. It's got a catchier ring to it. What can I say? Sheffield City Council lay out a code of conduct for buskers, which is really quite hard to find online. It's not on the council website directly, and I found it linked on a forum. It was posted by Sheffield City Council themselves, but luckily I'm going to go through it with you right now to spare you the hassle. Before we do that though, I just want to draw attention to some of the comments on this particular forum, which is all about busking in Sheffield. It seems that some of the locals aren't too impressed with the sweet sounds of the local talent. One of the posts says, in Sheffield it seems you can turn up with a gig grade powered speaker and wail along to some backing track for as long as you like. I mean, it'd be funny if that was the actual official council code of conduct, wouldn't it? Part of me expected a tough crowd after reading this, and you'll have to watch the rest of the video to find out if the crowd really were that angry. So let's go through this code of conduct. You do not need to obtain a permit to busk in Sheffield, but the council do ask that you abide to this code of conduct. Then there's a paragraph about not being an annoyance or a disturbance and not singing to a backing track for as long as you like. Oh no, wait, it doesn't say that. Wrong thing. Also worth mentioning here is the fact that you can't busk outside Barker's Pool between Monday and Friday. But we'll get to the pitch recommendations in a moment. Here are the do's and don'ts for busking in Sheffield, according to the council. And they're a bit wordy, so I'll just condense them down a little. Number one, this just says do not take an unreasonable amount of space up. Make sure you're not blocking anything important like shop doorways or post boxes or cash points. Number two, this simply says don't make use of street furniture. Number three, do not set up within 50 meters of another busker. And if you are gonna set up near a busker, go and talk to them first. Let's get to know each other. That's all I'm gonna say for this video anyway. Number four, you will need a permit if you're collecting money for charity. Number five, no selling merchandise like t-shirts or CDs. Number six, keep your amp at a reasonable level and turn down if the city centre management team ask you to do so. That's basically what this just says. Number seven, busking is only permitted between the hours of 10 AM and 6 PM with a maximum performance of, and now listen to this, 3 hours per pitch. Woo! 3 hours maximum in a spot is the most generous amount of time I've ever seen a city council, or a town council for that matter, give buskers. That's epic. 3 hours. Good on yous, Sheffield City Council. I approve. And finally, number 8, don't perform in a manner which could cause danger, distress, or disturbance. And that's it. Simple as. Simple Sheffield. I love it. This is a really good set of guidelines, to be honest. Right, time to get on with my day in Sheffield, and I will also go through my pitch recommendations for the city. Enjoy. Okay, welcome then to the Moor, which is like, I think, like the shopping district of the city centre. One thing I've learned already about Sheffield is on a Sunday, nothing opens till about 11, which means that the place isn't very busy till, you know, it's right now it's 10:15 and it's just about getting busy enough to play. So you don't need to come out too early. It's been a hot minute since I filmed one of these Busking in videos. So if you're watching this for the first time, then welcome. If you've been a long time subscriber, you'll know that there's been a few months without them. You may also notice that I'm sounding a bit nasally, and that's because I've had a stuffed nose for the last week. Expect some nasally singing. I'll sound like Tom DeLonge today. So if you don't know much about the north of the UK, or at least Yorkshire, it is known for its friendliness, known for its northern charm. So hopefully we get to experience a bit of that today, because I think it'd be worth seeing on the old ARP YouTube channel. We got my first 16. For spot number 1, I decided I'd give the Moor a go. This is a long stretch of pedestrian-only street lined with well-known shops and retail outlets. I decided I'd start here because this is where you see most of the buskers on videos online set up. So nice and obvious, you know. Honestly, I think you could set up anywhere along this stretch. Opportunity aplenty. I see a lot of videos of people set up outside the Moor market, but this is closed on a Sunday, and I was in Sheffield on a Sunday. So I settled on backing up against Primark, opposite Next. And things started poorly. Alright, we're 6 songs in and we've had no donations at all. Very little, even in terms of acknowledgement as well. No one's even really looked at what I'm doing, which kind of sucks. But part of the game, I suppose. Oh yeah, baby, sunrise 69. It was evident that I'd started way too early for a Sunday. My eagerness had not paid off. A lesson for next time perhaps, and a lesson for you. Sheffield starts a little later on a Sunday. Takes guts, that. I wonder if the donations and the acknowledgement isn't so good here because it is so frequented with buskers. It's picked up a little bit, but not much at all. For the amount of people that are now here, it's crazy. Hello there, the angel from my nightmare, shadow in the background of the Moor, and I'm so sorry. I cannot sleep, cannot dream tonight. I need somebody I know, babe. And don't waste your time with me, 'cause you already the voice inside my head. I miss you. Okay, I'm 2 hours in, and things really picked up there in the last half an hour. I think the story here is that you're meant to set up a bit later in the day on a Sunday. Clearly is quite a good busking spot, but I got here a bit early. I was a bit hasty, wasn't I? You're already the voice inside my head. I miss you, yeah. Officially, I played in the spot for 1 hour 35 minutes, although I was a little confused as to how much time I'd spent in my post-busk days, hence why I mention a few different times in the following footage. All round, a pretty good spot. Not bad at all. It's my artist name, I guess. You know, like my music name, August Radio Project. Yeah. It's because it's called something project, a lot of people get confused that it might be like a project, but it's just the 3 words put together. This is a really good spot. I take back what I said earlier. I just got here way too early. Lesson learned. But you know now. If you come here on a Sunday, don't get here so early. Also kind of shocked that I'm the only busker on this stretch. I haven't seen any sign of any others. So total for spot 1, £37, 8p. 2.5 hours of solid playing. Maybe like 2 hours 35 or something. Plan now is to find a restroom, eat something, and then set up for a spot 2. So we'll go and check out one like either Barker's Pool, maybe Peace Gardens. One of those areas would be cool. Check this place out. The Sheffield Winter Garden. Pretty cool, like a big indoor greenhouse thing. Where's the toilet? That's what I really want to know. Looks like they've got one. Yeah, somewhere.
Yes, what music
I'm not sure really where.
Yo, that's a perfect spot, man.
Is that good?
That's good, man, because everybody's there to flow. You get me? You've got the student flow coming down.
Do you reckon?
You with me? You got the people that will give you money. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is a nice spot, isn't it?
It's a nice spot because you got all the bars. You got all, so people will come and attract. You know where you are, man.
Yeah.
You with me? Where you from?
Beautiful. Brighton.
And you come all the way down it?
Well, annoyingly it started spitting, but I think I am going to set up here. I'm going to take my new friend Carl's advice. I think I'm down, you know. It'd be good to like compare the contrast of like the really busy shopping area and then not as busy, but still, you know, a flow of foot traffic. Scenic area. Which one's going to be better? What do you reckon? Spot number 2. Now this spot is called Barker's Pool. We mentioned it earlier. You can only play here on the weekends. It was a Sunday, so that's fine for me. Just outside Sheffield City Hall, there are these funky fountains. It's like Sheffield's answer to Trafalgar Square. Now it might not have been the busiest spot compared to the others, but it certainly was the most scenic. And you know me, I always prefer a scenic spot. I'm a Brighton busker. I'm used to looking at the sea. There was this girl. Yeah, there was this girl. My theory is that playing spots that are slightly less busy tends to pay off. In other times I've put this theory to the test, it's worked in my favour. Now, whilst we listen to the sweet sounds of me playing at Barker's Pool in Sheffield, let me quickly go through some of the other spots that I saw whilst I was in the city. So we've already gone through the Moor and Barker's Pool. The next spot I'd recommend is Peace Gardens. I'm not sure about playing in the gardens themselves, but there is a nice wide stretch of pavement just to the side of this lovely park. And there is a video online of a dude playing just under the bus stop. So it's clearly a place where people do set up. You know, mama, don't worry. The next spot is on Fargate. Now I saw another busker here on the day I was in Sheffield, blasting out the vocals to some backing track. I'm just joking, it wasn't. This place looks as ideal as anywhere else. Again, it's another big metropolitan shopping area. However, at the current time of filming this and the day I was in Sheffield, there are roadworks going on, which take up almost all of the busking real estate. So the opportunities are far and few between. I'd imagine normally this is pretty good, and you could probably fit a couple of buskers along this stretch. And lastly, there is where Surrey Street meets Tudor Square. There's a mention of this spot on the forum about busking in Sheffield, so it must be a known spot. Of all of them, whilst I was in Sheffield, this was probably the quietest in terms of foot traffic.
Should've went to her, no, no.
Other spots you could try that I'm not sure are very common or anything official. The top of Devonshire Green, there's like a footway, and this had loads of people on it whilst I was there. And the other is near the train station. I'd assume that most of the land around the train station is probably private, but up on the pavement where the traffic lights are, or just over where the traffic lights are, I think that would make a fine busking spot. You'd have to deal with the traffic noise, so bear that in mind, but I don't know, I think it'd be worth a go.
I'm a grinner, I'm a lover, I'm a sinner. Hear my music, hear my song. And I'm a joker, I'm a smoker, I'm heavy in my talk. I should've went to her, no, 'cause I'm a picker.
What a lovely spot. Very scenic. We're off to a much better start than we were in the moor, not gonna lie. I know it's later in the day, but...
And I'm a joke, I'm a smoker, I'm a midnight dog. I should've went to her, no, no. Remember when we went to Belgium first? Listen all the gear in my 5-seater, oh man.
This spot has been by far way better than the moor. Makes me wish I'd cut the set at the moor a bit shorter and come here earlier. Despite it looking like there's less people, the appreciation is just way higher, and I think it's because the space is more open. I'm up a lot louder on my volume. There's a lesson here, I think, that it's the spot that looks the best isn't necessarily always the best. And the spot that's more of a vibe, I actually think that's it. This is way more a vibe. The way it looks, the way it feels, the big open space. It's a big sort of tourist kind of picture. Look at that. Incredible, man.
They'll never get what people do in these makeshift venues that mean so much to me. Cashing flights to the USA, running in New York and in those villages still.
So I guess the other spot to check out would be the one where we saw that girl singing earlier, but dude, I'm cooked. I've got to save my voice for the next few days because I'm up in the north for a few days now. Right, let's count the coins and see how we've got on. Well then, spot number 2 and Sheffield completed. Woo! I really enjoyed that spot number 2 at Barker's Pool. I much preferred it to the moor, even though the moor was good, don't get me wrong. The whole day's been good. I just started a bit too early. That's one of the biggest lessons. Started too early and probably should have set up at Barker's Pool a bit sooner and not held out so long at the moor. I played there for a bit too long. I played at the moor for like 2 hours 35 and I just played there at Barker's Pool for about an hour and 20. At the moor I made £37 8p and just there I made £33.95 with about an hour and 10, an hour and 15 minutes less of playing. But the reason I wish I'd set up there a little earlier is because it was just a bit more of a vibe. It was definitely my kind of vibe. A bit more alternative, a bit edgy. It just was a nice big open space and it was really scenic, and I'm not always a big fan of like the high street shopping areas, you know. They do serve their purpose and they're often good for donations, but good day though, good place as well. I really like Sheffield. It's a really nice city, well worth a visit. Okay, to finish it off, I'll hand you over to future me. Sheffield, my first official busk in the north of England, and a mighty fine one at that. Thank you, folk of Sheffield, I appreciate it so much. It's a rad city, I really do like it. Now all I need to do is watch out to see on this forum whether anyone's moaning about a blonde dude singing Green Day in American country. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are a busker from or someone that frequents Sheffield, then drop a comment below and let me know anything that I might have missed for our fellow buskers should they want to visit. If you liked this video, then click the thumbs up. If you're new around here, then feel free to subscribe to the channel. Turn the notifications on. I'm uploading an exclusive behind the scenes Sheffield video to my Patreon, and if that's something that might interest you, the link is in the description. I am August Radio Project. I make videos, they come out every single Monday. Until next week, you can watch one of the many others on the channel, or the one that pops up on the screen. I will see you in the next one. Until then, peace, love, happiness.